Good morning, everyone. I am a couple minutes late today because what the topic today for our LinkedIn profile tips for the month of December is your personal information, and should you add things like your birthday and things like that. And the reason I'm doing this today is because today is my birthday. And just before I was about to go live, two of my little peanut granddaughters called me and FaceTimed me for my birthday. So, of course, that takes priority over everything, right? So, a few minutes late today, but happy to be here, like my son's earrings and things like that, because I got distracted in the best possible way, right? Excuse me. You know what? This 8:30 in the morning. Sometimes this is the first time I've talked. I should sing a song or something before I do this, before I do these videos. All right. So today, what we've been doing here for the last few days, and what I intend to do throughout the rest of the month, is come live to you every morning, 8:30 every morning, with a simple little profile tip that you can take action on today to help you get your profile in great shape before the new year. So that listen, I think there's lots of opportunities this year still for business, but let's just take this opportunity to kick off the new year with my LinkedIn profiles done, checked off of your to-do list. Sound good? So we are live today on my Facebook page, my free Facebook group. And if you're not in there, you totally should be there, because that is where the action happens. LinkedInForMeCommunity.com. We're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter, because I really want to go live everywhere with this message, with these tips, because I really think that this is such a great way to kick off the new year. And if we've learned nothing from 2 years almost in a world that has become much more virtually oriented than before, even though we're doing more than we were a year ago, it's that our digital presence has never been more important, right? So your LinkedIn profile is part of that digital presence. If you have any questions about anything I'm sharing with you here today, please just comment, because I love your comments. So we're talking here today, and I did a whole podcast on this. I should find that podcast and link it here. I will do that. I did a whole podcast here today, a couple, maybe last year, actually probably 2 years ago, because last year I did. So for those of you that are just joining me, the reason that we're talking about your personal information on your LinkedIn page today, because one of those things is, do you want to put your birthday on there? And it's a little bit controversial, like your birthday on social media, but today's my birthday. So I decided it was a good day to talk about this. Last year for my birthday, I had Jen Little, who's our PR coach she's linked up family of programs, interview me for my birthday. So that was a lot of fun. I'll have to find that. And then I also did I'll put them in, actually, I can't put them in the comments here. So I'll add them to the stream, or find them at some point, and you'll get them. I'll get them to you somehow. Or you can just Google Karen Yankovich and Jen Little, and you'll find, and Good Girls Get Rich and Jen Little, and you'll find them. Thanks, Sherry. So anyway, let's talk about this, because here's the thing. As you're creating some of this stuff on your profile, and let's take a quick look, and I'll show you. Remember, when I'm live on LinkedIn, it's showing it on my header image here, right? So it's a little weird. But what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and we're going to go to settings and privacy. And in settings and privacy, personal demographic info, I believe that's where this is. I should have looked this beforehand. No, this is actually just your demographics. One second, back to LinkedIn. Let's go back to my profile. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the section where it talks about your, oh my gosh. Hang on, you guys. It is early. I think it's up here. Yeah. So these are your demographics, your contact info, edit contact info, and somewhere in here is the ability to add your birthday, right? Your birthday. So my birthday, and I have it visible to my network. The reason I do that, and obviously go through this stuff, but you don't have to do this, right? But the reason that I do that, well, not the reason. Let me just tell you one of the benefits of this for you. You know how, like, most of the people that are watching this video, at least from what I can see, and thank you guys all for your birthday wishes. So lovely to get birthday wishes from everyone. Thank you. here's the thing, as an entrepreneur, right? One of the most important things in your business is sales, right? You gotta, if you don't sell anything, you can't do it. You can be the best yoga teacher in the world, but if you can't get people to join your classes, you're going to be back out working at Macy's. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But if you really want to be an influencer in the yoga world, then you've got to have a way to bring people into your world, right? You've got to be able to fill your cup, your financial cup, so that it's not only full, but it's overflowing. And that overflow is where we can help. That's where we can do all the fun stuff, right? So that's my goal for everyone that joins our She's Linked Up Accelerator program. I want you to have an absolute cup that is absolutely overflowing. So as an entrepreneur and as somebody that enrolls people in my program, there's people that enroll on the first time I speak to them, and then there's people that don't, right? They're going to call next year, next month, but I know what happens. We get a little gremlins in our head, and then sometimes it just doesn't happen, right? So now there's that follow-up. Right now, you got to do all that sales follow-up, and you're like, what do I say? And there's all different strategies to do that, and that's not what this video is about today. But just we know that there's an opportunity to follow up with people if you've talked to them and they haven't enrolled in whatever it is you do. Here's where it being your birthday can be one of the most profitable days of your year. Okay, because what happens on your birthday is, let's just say there's 20 people that you talked to over the year of 2021, right? That didn't join your program, or didn't join your classes, or didn't do whatever. But you knew they were a great fit, and you've been finding ways to follow up, but you don't want to be a haunt. You don't want to pester them, but you want to make sure that you still stay on their radar and, whatever, right? So you reach out and you find ways to reach out and you find things to comment about. But on your birthday, of those 20 people, chances are at least 10 of them are going to comment and wish you a happy birthday, whether it's on LinkedIn or Facebook or wherever. But frankly, I think LinkedIn is, you know what I think about LinkedIn. I don't need to tell you that. So what happens is, if somebody reaches out and messages you, and I have, I've been clearing up my messages all morning, and still people are messaging me. It's a way they started the conversation, right? So they started the conversation. So I'll use Nikki as an example. Nikki, I just got your beautiful, beautiful video. Nikki sent me a video this morning telling me all about this great panel webinar she did this morning, but also wishing me a happy birthday. Nikki, it was lovely. Thank you so much. But let's just say Nikki and I weren't already working together, right? So if Nikki had sent me that lovely message, I could have replied and said, Nikki, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for thinking about me on my birthday. How's everything going? Last time we talked, this is what was happening in your world, right? So they started the conversation, and you get to pick that ball up and just carry it down the road another step or two, right? And really what you can say is, I'd love to let's jump on the phone and catch up, right? Again, they started the conversation. So I don't want you to be like, thank you for the birthday wishes, buy my stuff. Like, that's not what this is about. It's thank you so much for thinking of me. Wow, you know what? I think of you often because I know you had a goal this year to do A, B, and C. How's that going? Right? Chances are, if they didn't invest in themselves, it's probably going the same way it went the year before, right? It's probably not really doing all that different. So it's fair to say that when you say that, they're going to be like, well, this came up and that came up, and my kids got sick, and my mother got sick, and I got sick, and my car battery died, and blah, 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 right? So it hasn't like all the excuses we can give as to why things aren't working the way we're working, right? And then you can just say, let's jump on a phone. Let's see if there's something we can do. Because I know this is something I can help you with, right? I'd love to chat. I'd love to chat and catch up. So using your birthday as an opportunity to further conversations with people that have reached out to you is such a great business generator. Because as you know, I'm not looking for you to spam people. I'm not looking for you to do outreach to cold. I don't want you to ever do cold outreach, right? I'm not looking for you to, message 100 people a day. I want you to have genuine relationships, genuine conversations with people that lead to genuine high ticket sales, right? And that happens when you talk to people. So on your birthday, that conversation gets started by the people that you've been talking to and may or may not have joined your program over the years, right? So that's really my message for you today. Don't hesitate to add your birthday. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the Facebook birthdays. I don't actually feel as the same as on Facebook as I do on LinkedIn, because on Facebook, it's just different. It's just different. I mean, I'm not saying I'm grateful for every single birthday, every single good wish is my way. I am gratefully accepting of, right? Whether they come on Facebook or wherever they come. But on LinkedIn, it's where I'm building genuine relationships with people. So if there's people that start that conversation by sending you good wishes, you can take that ball and run with it a little bit, see what happens, right? So it's just a good opportunity. Like when I realized this a couple years ago, what happened was 3 or 4 years ago, I was in Manhattan to do a talk at like 7 a.m., some ridiculous time in the morning, 7 or 8 a.m., right? So, and then I was meeting some friends for lunch for my birthday. So I had like 3 hours to kill in between. So I had sat down, I had brought my laptop because I had whatever talk I did, I needed to have my laptop with me. And I just sat in a coffee shop for a couple of hours. And again, it happened to be my birthday. I sat there and just responded to it took me 3 days, by the way, to genuinely respond to all of the LinkedIn birthday wishes that I got. But I must have booked 20 calls. And I was like, from that day forward, I clear the decks the week of my birthday. And I make sure that I'm available to do all that follow up, to reach out to all the people that have reached out to me, and to get on the phone with as many people as I can, because it's just a great way of doing it in such a feel good way, right? So, speaking of that, I just want to try something else. You guys might not know this. This is just an aside little happy birthday trick. If you have not ever seen this before, I'm going to share my screen again. And I don't know if they're still doing it, but there was one day a few years ago that I was doing a live workshop, and it wasn't about my birthday, but I was on Twitter. And when your birthday's on Twitter, now I don't think on Twitter you necessarily get, people don't necessarily know it's your birthday, but Twitter was sending me happy birthday balloons up. I guess they're not doing it anymore. I guess they don't do it anymore. Oh, well, I thought maybe they were still. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Happy birthday balloons from Twitter. So those of you watching on Twitter, so put your birthday on Twitter because it's kind of fun to get that little birthday balloons from Twitter, right? So we'll take whatever. I'll take all the happy birthday wishes I can get. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me on the morning of my birthday. If you listen to this in the beginning, I started this a couple 8 minutes late because my beautiful little granddaughters FaceTimed me this morning to wish me happy birthday, and they were here yesterday, so I now have to go in the other room and continue to bring the rooms back to normal, because they are like a couple of little hurricanes, adorable, beautiful, loving hurricanes, but hurricanes nonetheless. So I'm going to go do that and enjoy the fact that they were here, and I have a lot of fun things planned today. And so your tip today is to make sure that you add your birthday in to all of these sites, because it is a great opportunity to just further conversations with people that started the conversation with you, to to wish you a happy birthday. So thank you for being here with me today. And Trina loves the idea. Trina, I think it is a great. It just works, and it's fun too. It's fun. So anyway, I'm gonna have fun today doing this. I will see you guys later, or I'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Will I do it tomorrow? Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. See you then.